Hello, everyone, and welcome to the EJG3 show. This is your host, Eddie Gallagher. I am here today with AJ Valenti, Ryan McConnell, and Shane Donahue. We are going to talk about the NFC Championship game. How is everybody doing today?
Pretty good.
Well,
I'm doing great,
Eddie,
Ed.
I'm great, and I think this should be the NFC Beast Championship
I know.
because obviously
It's true.
NFC Beast.
Exactly. All right, let's get started. Let's talk about the rookie quarterback. Um, Ryan, what were your initial thoughts when the Commanders selected Jaden Daniels?
Um, I thought that Jesus Christ himself is finally on the Commanders. No, I mean, to be honest, going into the draft cycle, I wanted Drake May the entire time, but
All right.
pretty quickly it's been proved that he's far and away the best quarterback in the NFC East, the best rookie quarterback, and easily the best quarterback in the NFC as a whole. Um, we have Eagles fans here thinking that Jalen Hurts is something, but like he's nothing. So I mean, I'm ecstatic.
Uh, AJ,
I'm yeah, give it to AJ.
Yeah, I got a
do do
follow-up
do
question.
do 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 you think Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in the NFC East?
I had a couple questions for McConnell there. Is there any particular reason you wanted Drake May over Jaden Daniels?
I mean, I felt like the sample size for Jaden was a little small. Um, Drake May in college showed the ability to do both. Obviously, Jaden did last year, but his roster was far better than UNC's. So I thought maybe he was just playing off of his players, but no, he just makes everybody better, as we can see. And like I said, just now we're being shown that he's the best quarterback, maybe in the league. I don't know. Some are saying, sources are saying.
What sources?
Yeah, you?
Sources?
No, there's no,
There's
there's
some.
quite a few out there. Yep.
So can I get on record? I would like on record. You were saying Jane Daniels will be better than Drake May. You'll never regret this decision.
Yeah, I will stand by that till the
All right,
day
all
I
right.
die.
I don't
Easily the
Mike
best
Vrabel.
quarterback in this
Mike
class.
Vrabel.
Fair enough. Yeah, I remember another
Mike
at the time
Vrabel.
Redskins quarterback who was a
Oh
very
God, we're going
promising.
here already. We're
I mean,
going here
he
already.
was a very promising rookie, and I mean, had a great rookie season. Actually, led him to the playoffs. Um, and then
Why don't
yeah,
we just get there,
so
AJ? What happened to
well,
him?
I was just saying, he was great. He was a athlete too, could run all over the place. So we'll see what happens to Jaden Daniels in years to come. See if he can
Okay.
keep up this type of play style. But so far, he hasn't been too
You know,
bad.
speaking of injuries, I mean, your guy is just pretty banged up. Going in 2 games against Commanders, banged up. Game one, Frankie Louvu, shout out GOAT. And then this game, a little bit of a leg injury.
Nah,
Nah,
Okay,
nothing,
whatever.
nah, no,
nah,
no.
nothing.
Hey
It's
Ed,
nothing.
Uh,
Ed, do you mind if I just use a stat real quick? I
Uh,
saw this
Go
one
go
this
ahead.
one earlier. Allow me to just pull this up real quick. Um, so Jalen Hurts has 4 playoff wins. In those playoff wins, he has never passed for more than 154 passing yards. I mean, that is just
hmm.
that's tough.
So what playoff
I'm just
wins? They won the game.
playoff
What
wins,
do you
but
want
that's
from
just
them?
showing
What do you want from
that's
them?
just showing the team is not winning because of
You play to
Jalen
win the
Hurts.
game.
Jaden Daniels is winning us games on his back, puts the team on his back. Jalen Hurts just has a star-studded lineup out there.
Okay, so quick question: Josh
Mm-hmm.
Allen threw for one less yard on one more attempt. Is that not Josh Allen being an MVP and carrying the team,
Where
or
did
did he
he
MVP.
get
go?
Hey, hold
carried
on.
by his
Whoa,
team?
whoa, 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 whoa. The awards have not come out yet. Thank you.
Okay,
I'm not.
but
I'm not
as
saying
as
he's
as
an
most
MVP.
as most would say, it's him and Lamar in the running. So
True.
he had a worse passing and running performance than Jalen Hurts.
The
Did he
the,
get
the
carried
Bills
by
are
his
just.
team?
Yep, he did. Actually, more carried by the Ravens' mistakes than he carried his team. But that's neither here
So,
nor there.
oh,
Mark
so
Andrews just
wait,
kept
hold on,
Mark
Bridger.
hold
Andrews,
on,
yeah.
hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. So Josh Allen was carried by the Ravens' mistakes.
hmm
Didn't the Lions have 5 turnovers? So was Jaden Daniels carried by the Lions' mistakes?
No, absolutely not.
No?
297 through the air. 297 through the air. Come on now.
Hold on. Jaden Daniels was making plays during that game.
Thank you,
He
Ed.
was making plays, but
I mean, let's be honest. Detroit had the better roster, and Jaden Daniels literally carried that game. I mean, obviously, Jared Goff puked over himself,
Yeah,
but
True.
you got to give Daniels the ability credit for the ability to run and throw the football. It's not like he has much around him. I mean, he had Terry McLaurin, and that's basically it.
De'Ami Brown, goat.
yeah. Olamide Zacchaeus.
True.
Shout out Jameson Crowder. I thought that guy was retired, and then he scored 2 touchdowns on the Eagles.
Including the game winner. Thank you.
That was fucked up. Sorry, Eddie. My bad. My bad. Dude, Bove
Ban
keeps
him. Ban
FaceTiming me.
him.
Bove keeps
this
FaceTiming me.
my screen keeps freezing. It's pissing me
Yeah, I
off.
know. You got to get it together.
Yo, can you
I
please
don't
watch
know what.
can you watch your language?
I'm
It's a
Jeez.
family-friendly show.
all
All
right.
right,
Regain.
what do we got
Okay.
now?
So, does anybody agree that Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels are the top two best quarterbacks in the NFC East? We can all agree on that, right? Like I find Dak Prescott very, very overrated.
Yeah, the Cowboys are
Yeah.
terrible.
Yo, Shadur.
Shador might be better than Jaden.
You did
Drew
little tangent.
Lock?
You think they're gonna hire Dion and just draft Shadur?
Oh, the Cowboys?
I could see it.
I mean,
Like, why not?
do you
Right?
think do you think they trade Dak to
Yeah.
move up to get
Ooh.
Shador?
Dak to the Titans.
Eddie, you're my football guy. What pick do the Cowboys have?
I'll look it up.
They have like 8 or 9.
I
Actually,
don't
it
think
might
you
even be
even need
higher
to
than that.
move up. I don't think he's going
You
number
actually, yeah,
one.
you
I
might
feel
be
like
able to just sit there and draft Shadur.
I think the Titans are going to take Cam Ward. But who's two again? Oh, Cleveland. They're going to take somebody.
Yeah,
Unless
Dallas is
they
12th.
go wild card. They're
So, yeah,
12th.
Kyle
Probably
McCord.
got to package Dak. Oh, facts. Down McCord, goat.
All right, I'm gonna say something crazy, and Eagles fans are gonna be upset. Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in the NFC East. Sorry, he just is. He's a better thrower.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I
I
mean,
mean,
it's clear. It's cut and dry. He's the best quarterback in the NFC. Come on, Eddie.
And
he could be. I mean, he could
Who
be. Honestly,
who is a good quarterback in the NFC? If you're going to say Jordan Love, you're wrong.
I mean
Jared
Stafford maybe, but
Goff
he's
had an
old.
argument.
Whoa!
True.
You're getting a little ahead of
Stafford's out
yourself,
there.
McConnell. He said
Baker.
NFC. He said NFC East, not
I
NFC.
know.
No,
You're
but
I,
then
getting.
I said NFC.
I don't know about that one. I'd take Stafford over him.
That one I think is fair. But like outside of that, you're
I,
working
I'd
I
with
think
also
I
take.
Baker,
take
Jordan
Sam
Love.
Darnold over Jaden Daniels, to be honest.
Okay, that's just that's crazy.
I mean, like, Jaden Daniels is old, man.
Oh, yep.
That's the other thing.
He's kind of
He
old, but
is. So
he
Jaden
is old.
Daniels is what, 24, 25,
I believe he just turned 24. Yeah.
and Jalen Hurts is, I believe, 26, and he's already been a Super Bowl, his second NFC Championship. You don't think experience has any factor in determining
Well,
this?
going at this pace, by the time, wait, you said he's what, 26, 27?
I think he's 26.
So
Might
by the
be.
time Jaden Daniels is 26, we'll have 3 NFC Championship appearances. We'll go 3 for 3. Probably
Oh,
3
no.
Super Bowls too. So, you know, maybe.
Bold claim. I remember back in 2012. I'm pretty sure I was hearing the same exact thing.
Okay.
Didn't pan out too well, dude.
He's got a point though.
I
He doesn't.
mean, look,
Didn't pan out.
Jaden did get injured, ribs, but God, this guy is so good. I'm so impressed with him.
I mean, I want to be on record. I don't want him to get hurt. It'd be a real shame if Jane Daniels ever got hurt. But I just want to say that on record.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna look very closely. Did he wink in there somewhere? Did he? Yeah, I'm thinking there's some sarcasm behind that statement.
No, see, I would like to
Mhm.
beat you guys at your back. I wouldn't feel comfortable taking a win over a team where their starting quarterback gets
Gets
injured.
hurt. Maybe
Yeah.
he gets like concussed in the first
Yeah.
10 minutes.
And then like say that even happens and then winning like a very, very close last drive walk-off
Okay.
touchdown win on a team with no starting quarterback, that just feels terrible to do. So I hope he's healthy the whole game.
We did do that. However, we turned the ball over what four times, 5 times that game, and you still lost. So I'm not allowing the excuses on this one.
Rebuttal. Fake slide
Mhm.
catch was it? Like what do you expect to happen? He's just
My go.
Come on.
Small hand king.
I mean, after they banned the fake slide, he was but before he was good. To be honest.
Who's better, Kenny or Tanner McKee?
Tanner McKee.
Tanner, 100%. I was saying the whole time while we were at the game to put Tanner in.
Put Tanner McKee in, yeah.
Trash versus garbage argument. Nice.
Who is your guys' backup, by the way?
Marcus Mariota, GOAT.
Oh, another former Eagle.
Yo, why did Mariota? You remember last game when
Okay.
he took the push? Did he try to like pitch the ball? I really
So
don't know what.
the play design was that he was motioning under center. He was supposed to snap it, turn, and pitch to Jaden. B Rob thought it was a tush push and ran directly into him.
Oh, and just started
So
pushing him.
He tackled his own teammate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one didn't work out too well. Other than that, perfect on fourth down. Just saying.
Interesting. Dan Quinn come up with that play.
Based on the design, maybe.
So, AJ and Shane, I want to talk about your head coach. Do you think Nick Sirianni is off the hot seat? Because in the beginning of the season, I heard, oh, this guy could be fired if they don't reach to the championship game. Do you think he's off the hot seat?
You want to take this one, Shane?
Sure. I mean, to be honest, you're always on the hot seat in Philly. Literally, just always on. There's no. If you're bad, you're out of there. One bad year. So like NFC Championship this year, he won't get fired this off season, obviously. But next year, what? 5-11? Maybe. I don't know.
AJ?
Yeah, I think in the beginning of the year it was more of his decision making. Sometimes on fourth we'd go for it instead of taking points, and then we happen to lose games by 1 point. That Falcons game's a great example of that. But after the bye, we went on a 10-game win streak, brought it back. So as of right now, no. But like Shane said, if we start out 0-7 next year, yeah, he could definitely get out of here. But for right now, we love him.
All right, but literally second down, your last drive. Why are you throwing the football? Why are you not handing the ball off to Saquon Barkley? I don't get it. That decision makes no sense.
You got to keep the defense on their toes. I'm not really sure what they were going for there.
Did you watch the football game last night?
Yeah,
What did Ohio State do?
they threw the football. But, I mean, I'm just saying, give it to your star running back.
I agree. I trying to. I mean, if they do complete that pass, game's over. Just trying to end the game. But Saquon would end the game anyway. That guy's Jesus Christ. So,
Yeah.
That's not Jaden Daniels.
but
Okay. Ryan, why is Terry McLaurin why is he not discussed as one of the best wide receivers in the game? He's so underrated.
Because he's not.
I disagree, but
That's an egregious take by AJ on that one. I think this year he's finally starting to get some of the praise that he deserves. Before, you weren't really working with a whole lot. I mean, we still aren't in terms of weapons, but he also had a revolving door at quarterback. I mean, some of those guys that started game Eddie, we might as well just toss you out there at quarterback for some of those games because it was brutal for a while, and we had no success. With success comes more of the notoriety. You see it with Mike Evans. He finally started to get recognized once they won a Super Bowl when he had Tom Brady. And it's continued because they keep winning games. But before that, I mean, we were averaging like 3, 4 wins a season. So I think that has a large portion to do with it.
He had Carson Wentz at one point. That's a
Exactly my point. We weren't really working with much out there.
I'd like to throw up a quick counter argument. Justin Jefferson, widely regarded as one of the best. Um, Also has had the same quarterback issues where almost every year he's had a different quarterback. When Kirk got hurt, Josh Dobbs, um, who
touchdown.
even knows, who went in there after him. Then he had JJ McCarthy. That didn't pan out. Sam Darnold. Now next year he's going to have JJ, and he still put up 15, 16, 17, 1,800 yard seasons. Um,
You're
Terry's
talking
just
about
not like
the
that.
best receiver in the NFL.
dude, he's not
Like
even
he is,
regarded top 10. Like I don't
yeah.
understand it.
I'm
It's
not. I'm
probably
not here arguing that Terry is a top 2 to 3 guy. I'd put him in the top 10 for sure. And again, to my point, the Vikings won games. Like, yes, he had a bunch of different quarterbacks, but they still won games. They just can't win in the playoffs. They can't win when it matters, but they won.
I probably think he doesn't get as much credit because games like that first Eagles game, um, he just didn't get open all game. Like there's some games he just gets. I think they
And
put it
then I do
Guantanamo
vividly
Bay.
remember when he fried your cornerback. What was his name? Oh yeah, Quinion Mitchell for a touchdown right in front of our eyes, like just a
I
few
don't
weeks
I
ago.
don't
I do
recall
remember
this.
that.
I
Yeah,
actually don't know what you're talking about.
I don't remember that, but I do think for a rookie corner like that, not letting up one touchdown in 13 games, he was bound to have one mistake,
Yeah,
and
he could.
it just so happened Terry McLaurin caught him on that one bad play. But other like the game before that, I think he was guarded. He ran 20 routes, was targeted 0 times for 0 yards, and then at the end of the game, garbage time. I think he had like one catch for 10 yards all game.
That's just
Um,
that's part of the learning process. That's a rookie quarterback needing to get acclimated with his weapons, and now they're humming. They're humming, and like I mean, you're not going to stop them this weekend. It's
I
just
mean, by
not
the
going to
way, both
happen.
by the way, both games were close. I mean, that first game that literally came down to word, and Saquon Barkley just took off.
yeah, I
And
don't know if the first game was close, but second game
it
was.
was literally close the last 4 minutes, and then Saquon Barkley had a last ending touchdown.
Yeah, I mean,
Honestly,
there's just
I'm
no.
happy they lost the second game.
Mm,
I mean, it's hard to beat the same team 3 times in the same year. Like, may as well give you one that doesn't matter.
Also, a learning lesson.
Yeah, mental reset. Keep
hmm
you grounded.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying that for a while. To be
No,
honest, I
that
just said
is
that at the game. To be
that
honest
is
with
true
you.
because if we didn't lose that game, we'd be on like a 16-game win streak right now.
Yeah, you just
And then you gotta kind of have some bad juju going in, like you're gonna lose one eventually. But now we had that, pretty much a bye week basically. We had some backups in, a couple safeties got kicked out of the game. Our quarterback had some nice deserved rest. So, I think this week we'll really see while everyone's at near full strength who the better team actually is.
Shane, I want to talk about your star wide receiver. Is AJ Brown a distraction for your team?
Why would he be? Why? I don't understand where the narrative
Yeah,
comes from.
why don't you go tell that scumbag to go read another book?
You don't like books? We can't we
Not a
can't
big
we
not a
can't
big reader
make
during a
ourselves
game
better by
myself.
reading
I
sometimes.
focus on the plays out there, okay? I'm a team first guy. I'm sitting there in the huddle with all my boys. I'm looking at game film. I'm not reading a page out of Moby Dick.
If reading a page out of Moby Dick makes him score touchdowns, read all the books you want. I don't care. How can your fast receiver be a distraction if he's just reading a book? He's reading.
Are
He's
you
be-
one of those idiots that bought the book?
I don't own any books. But how is I'm an e-reader, to be honest. I read them. Obviously, I read.
yeah, but in today's game, there's a lot of diva wide receivers and they get traded. I mean, is he
What is
becoming
he
a diva?
saying? Is he saying I want to leave? Sorry, they're a running football team. He knew that.
I mean, how does Jalen Hurts feel? I mean,
Of him reading a book.
yeah. I mean,
I don't
that's
know. I
not
mean,
it's not a good look, to be honest with you.
I don't think it's AJ. You have any opinion?
And he
Yes,
he
I don't see.
I'll say this. He reads that book every game. He brings it to home and away. This was just the first time the camera had caught him reading said book on the sidelines. But he does bring that book to every game. That book's marked up. He has sticky notes, a bunch of stuff highlighted. This isn't just like a hey, first time thing. This is every game. It was the first time it got caught on camera. I don't think it's a distraction because we're winning games. It's really not a big deal. And what the media tries to make it out to be is not what's actually going on in the locker room. So, I mean, as you see, AJ Brown still blocking 30 yards downfield with Saquon taking off and celebrating. So, he's not upset by not getting as many receptions as he may have had in previous years. But I know at least this week I think he's gonna have a big game.
Am I wrong, or was there not a big public blow up at the beginning of the season because he didn't get enough targets
no, you're right.
this year?
No, he
There were
no he went after Hurts. He like we gotta pass the ball if we want to win games.
He was asked what could be improved on the offense. And now, unless I, you know, don't know that much about football, there's two things you can do. You can run and you can pass.
That
When Saquon Barkley is the leading rusher running for 255 yards a game, when someone asks you what can you improve on offense, you're not going to say running the ball. All he said was passing, which is a team effort. That is your offensive line, your protection, that's your blitz pickup, that is the receivers running the route, and then at the end of it, it's the quarterback delivering the ball on time.
So he was saying, I really wish I had a better core. I really wish I had somebody like Jaden Daniels in the pocket because he just hates Jalen Hurts.
Because the game right after that that was said, he had like 120 yards against the Steelers and went off. I think both receivers had like 100 yards. And then the following game was going to be that same type of blowout, absolute wallop fest of a game where people were going off. But then Jalen got injured in the beginning. So um, Kenny Pickett had to throw him the ball, which still, to be fair, he would have had a massive game. But some corner, I think, had like 4 pass interferences in a row on one drive on AJ Brown. I think it was
You're
like
talking about the
Lattimore,
ref bias on
like
Marshawn Lattimore.
Lattimore or
Okay,
something.
ref
okay.
Whoever that receiver
ref
is,
bias.
or
You both admitted during that game. The first one was a pass interference. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I don't remember whether it was the second one or the third one. We all looked at the video board like that's brutal.
That
yeah, it
is
might have been
true.
it
You
might have
might
been
be
the 8th or the
hallucinating.
ninth or the 10th or the 11th or the
Okay.
12th one.
Yeah, no, I kind of lost track of all of them. They blend together.
Last week, 0 targets while he was in coverage, 0 catches allowed. Thank you. Just get ready for this week. It's a new game. Slate is wiped clean.
Okay. Let's try to. I'm not gonna try to be a quarterback bias. Should Saquon Barkley be the real MVP this season? I mean, this guy has 2,005 yards, 13 touchdowns. He also has 278 yards receiving with 2 touchdowns. Should he be the MVP and not give it to one of these quarterbacks?
Yes. But he won't because quarterback bias. But we're not gonna go down that lane. Let's just like who is the most valuable. It is hard to beat a quarterback in the most valuable player because by the definition of the rules of football, like the quarterback does the most. So you gotta like judge it at different scales. It's apples to oranges. You know what I'm saying?
Ryan, should Saquon be the MVP this season?
Absolutely not.
Should he come in
It's Jake.
second? Should he come in second? Like, just real conversation.
No. But truthfully, I feel like the best player this season isn't even going to be in contention for it. No, I'm not actually going to say what you think I'm going to say. I think Burrow should be the MVP. I think he had the best season, but they didn't make playoffs. So, like, that's almost an instant rule out. But I don't know. It has just become so quarterback biased. Obviously, Saquon's season was incredible, and I feel like if he got the rushing record, then yeah, there's more of a case for it. But I mean, it's not like it's his fault that they sat him out week 18, anyways. But the MVP is probably Lamar Jackson's again because Josh Allen overrated as you know, Eddie.
Agreed.
Okay. AJ, what do you think?
I don't think he's the MVP this year. If he would have broken the record, and then continued in the playoff, and he's about to break Terrell Davis's all-time record, when he rushes for like 300 against Commanders. I think with those two, he definitely, even though they don't count the postseason, it's definitely plays into it. Like if Josh wins it this year, it's definitely because of him beating Lamar head to head.
Yeah. Do we think that has any factor on it? They claim the playoffs doesn't dictate
Do they
anything, but
vote
like,
before the playoffs? Or
I think they vote before the playoffs. Yeah.
oh, do they?
So
So
they're
like, the
just sitting
MVP's
on
already
it?
decided.
I mean, that's what they do in the NBA. So I think they, do that with the NFL.
that would make them. I mean, there's no way you could vote after the playoffs and have no playoff bias.
Right.
I mean, here's how I would rank them: Allen number 1, Saquon Barkley number 2, Lamar Jackson number 3. Here's why I have Lamar Jackson 3. The guy lost to the Raiders and the Browns. That's just unacceptable. Just in my opinion.
That's
This
true, but
one, we
I think it's a slippery slope only because he's outperforming his season last year. I mean, quarterback play was stepped up massively this year. I mean, you had 3 guys that like all could have won MVPs. But like he is outperforming his season from last year, and when you win an MVP, I feel like it's tough to go against that. But I think Josh Allen definitely has an argument for it.
Yeah.
So Eddie, when you go Lamar 3 and Josh 1, are you going off statistics or are you going off just watching the game and seeing the plays each player's making?
I'm not going by stats. I'm going who's around you. I'm going who did you beat? Because Lamar Jackson, first game of the year against the Chiefs, he came up small. He didn't play well 3 quarters of that game. Obviously, they barely lost by tippy toe, but that has to matter, in my opinion. Not playing your best against the good teams. Now, granted, he did crush the Bills. But I felt like that was more of a Derrick Henry thing. I think Derrick Henry's more valuable than Lamar Jackson, to be honest with you.
Mm,
That's a crazy take.
that's
That's a
a hot
crazy
take.
take.
I
Hot
mean,
Do you
take
think that team does the same
with
as they did
Tyler
this
Huntley.
year with Tyler Huntley handing the ball off?
who basically led the comeback, I believe, was Derrick Henry. Not really.
Again, it's in the playoffs.
I know, but I mean, I'm just saying, Derrick Henry. I think is their main driving force, not Lamar Jackson.
See, I'd make more of that claim for Saquon as MVP because Lamar was the 1 seed last year. And while they fell short in the championship, they made it to the championship without Derrick Henry, all driven by Lamar. Versus this year, last year, the Eagles fell off pretty bad at the end. And you can attribute a lot more of the games to Saquon this year than Derrick Henry, per se, with the Ravens.
Yeah. No, you got a point. Um, let's talk about the game, the actual game, round three.
What's the line?
I believe -6.
Is it? I had seen it earlier in the week. I thought it was even higher. I thought it was like 6.5, 7.
Oh, maybe it changed. The last time I looked, it was 6. Um, Ryan, what are the keys for the Commanders to be able to beat the Eagles?
You got to score points, and then you got to try to limit Saquon as much as possible. I would much rather have Jalen Hurts throw for 300 yards, but I just don't. I don't think that we're going to be able to necessarily stop Saquon, slow him down. Look, I've been talking to my fellow Commander fan Mike Hebert all week. We were saying I would take a 25 carries for 125 yards out of Saquon if it means that at the end of the game Jalen Hurts has to beat us with his arm. But on the flip side, we saw that our defense has some flaws. Five turnovers aren't going to happen again from Philly. It's not like you're going to see a repeat of the Detroit game. So we got to score points. I think at a minimum we need to put up 30 in order to have a chance in this one. But it's just going to come down to the offense again, and my glorious king just having to go out there and score 5 touchdowns again.
Uh, do you worry about Carter up the middle?
You better.
Yeah, it's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. I mean, he's already a monster, but we just lost our starting right guard, the only Pro Bowler on our offensive line, and he's going to be lined up directly across from a backup. So I think that's going to be a major concern. Um, just the only thing that works in our favor, I guess, not our favor, but that's a positive, is Jalen or Jaden can move. So getting out of the pocket, I think you're going to see a lot more of that this week. But there's no stopping Jalen Carter, so I'm not even. I'm slightly concerned about it. But we're going to have no run game, so we're pretty much going to be relying on Jaden again this week.
Interesting. AJ and Shane, what are the keys for the Eagles? AJ, let's go to you first.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to play our game. And I think we've kind of forced every team that we've played this year to just kind of play our style of football, which is, just a nitty gritty in the trenches type of game. We're going to run the ball. They're going to try to stack the box. And then, Lattimore is going to do what he's done all year and get burnt over the top. And A.J. Brown's either going to get a PI or a big play. And yeah, I think they have to be our defense. I'm not too concerned about their defense, really. If our defense can do what we've been doing and getting at the quarterback, forcing fumbles, I think it should be a pretty easy game. I don't see any worries.
Do you worry about Hurts' knee?
Um, no, Hurts is a dog. I think
Dog.
it's like Pat Mahomes and his ankle. He plays better. So if that means I think Hurts a lot of the times because he's such an athlete. will try to escape the pocket and make a play. If he's limited and can't really get out due to the knee, he might, be forced to step in and throw. And I trust Jalen Hurts' arm, and I think he can make any throw possible. And we'll find out this week.
Yeah, Shane, Eagles defense has been a monster. How many points do you think the Commanders can score realistically?
I think the Eagles at least have to put up 3 touchdowns. We got to make our extra points. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, your kicker cost me some money. I had Eagles -6.
He's a bum.
He is kind of no. It was snowy. I'll give him that, but it has been an issue this year. I think 3 touchdowns and you're safe. Let the defense make the game ugly. Keep Jaden in the pocket. Don't let him use his legs. Don't let his legs beat us, basically. Let him sit in the pocket and pass. When he gets outside, that's when he makes plays.
Hey, I'm looking for a score. Like, how many points realistically? Like you said,
21.
21.
21, you win.
Ryan, don't you think that the Commanders can score over 21 points?
Absolutely. I think you guys need to at least put up 30, 35. I feel like at a minimum we're going to score like 21, 24 points.
AJ?
I had a little chart pulled up that it showed how many points we allow versus how many points the Commanders allow, averaged the regular season and the playoffs.
I'm very upfront about that. Our defense is not our strong suit here, Chief.
Yeah, ours is though. So we average 16 points allowed in the playoffs. So what Shane said of 21, yeah, it sounds about right. That's all we need.
We just dropped a 40 piece on the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you definitely did. I'm pretty sure that was the most banged up defense in the history of the NFL. Someone even broke their arm first play of the game on the defense. So, I mean, congrats. You had the worst defense and an additional 5 possessions with a pick, or 4 possessions with a pick six. And still it kind of wasn't that big of a blowout.
I also think Jared Goff definitely got concussed. He got hit with 5 big booms on that pick six. Just took him out.
Who hit him? Frankie Louvu.
Dude, that guy's get him out. Get him out of the league. I'm calling Roger.
I love that guy.
Yeah, so what's up with that, Eddie? What are your thoughts on that? I mean,
I think
Lamar took some pretty big hits. Jalen took an out of bounds hit. Jared Goff got demolished.
You see in today's age, they're trying to protect the quarterback. You just saw with Mahomes and the Texans. But yeah, we saw Baker Mayfield get injured a couple years ago, trying to go for a tackle. He got injured. It was against Cleveland, Brian, I believe. And it hurt him throughout the season. So obviously, the whole point for the NFL, that's why you see a lot of roughing the passer is you gotta protect the quarterback. I don't like it, but that's just what it is.
I meant more in terms of like the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes got that ghost personal foul for a late hit. For this week's matchup, yeah, there was 2. For this week, how are you feeling about that one?
Not very concerned. I mean, I still think it's gonna come down to a play either by Josh Allen or Sean McDermott. Like, just don't screw it up. Who do you guys say hypothetically? Eagles won and Commanders won. Who would you want to see in the Super Bowl? Between the Chiefs and the Bills.
Um, I don't know that I prefer either team, honestly. Like the AFC is tough, but um, I think I, I think you have to go with the Bills just because they haven't been there. But like there are elements of the Bills that scare me more than the Chiefs. Like this feels like it's the worst Chiefs team in the last 4 or 5 years. They win, they just win every game, but like it just doesn't feel like they're as dominant as they have been. But like, I mean, they just don't lose come playoff time. So I feel like if we played them, we'd get steamrolled.
Shane?
I guess I'd rather see the Chiefs because in the hypothetical that the Eagles were to lose the playoffs, which hypothetical because it's not going to happen, if the Bills won the Super Bowl, that would be the worst day of my entire life. I don't think I could go on anymore
Yeah,
with
I second that statement.
wins.
I
Yeah, no,
second that statement.
it would be insufferable to say
I
the
would
least.
also like
Yeah.
to say that in this year, if somehow the Commanders won a Super Bowl and beat the Bills, I could die peacefully the next day and I'd be perfectly happy. Like that, my life peaked at that moment. If we beat the Bills in a Super Bowl, I would be a problem, especially to you, Eddie.
Yeah, that would be my worst nightmare. And it would also be my dream. Because when Josh Allen came in the league, you absolutely destroyed him. Like you would after that Texans game, you literally said you should draft another quarterback. Now, granted, he did pitch the ball to Dawson Knox and Knox punched out of bounds. I mean, granted.
He
By the
still tried
way,
to do it.
dude, he was about to pitch it to James Cook.
Yeah, no, he still wants to do it.
But
Yeah.
AJ, who do you want to face?
It's really 50-50. I'd love the rematch against the Chiefs just to, get a revenge on them. But I do think, going to UB, me and Shane did for 4 years, just the joy it would bring to beat the Bills
It,
in the Super Bowl would be one of the best feelings ever. Um, so yeah, I mean, really, either way, it doesn't. I'm not worried about either team, but it goes both ways. It would be great either one of them.
Yeah, for me, like, say the Bills won, I would love to play the Commanders. I mean,
Yeah,
I
because you'd lose against the Eagles, so obviously you'd want the 6th seed.
Yeah, I feel like it's a fairly easy answer for anybody in the AFC as to
yeah.
who they'd rather play in the Super Bowl. Our defense can be Swiss cheese at times, and then you're going up against a rookie quarterback versus a
but,
defense with how many Pro Bowlers on it?
but hold on. If I had to choose the quarterback that I don't want to face, it's Jaden Daniels. I would love
Right,
to.
but that's
But no, but quarterback matters though. I mean,
no, it
and
does, but
and
that's the
plus
one element.
the Commanders know and they believe that they can win every game. I mean, that's dangerous.
It is, but that's the one element of our team that we have going for us. Our running game has been terrible. Our defense, outside of having the turnovers last game, has been terrible. Like we don't have anything that scares people outside of that's it. So I feel like it's for either AFC team, that is a much more favorable matchup than the Eagles.
So, Eddie, quick question: you don't value a Super Bowl experience? I mean, Jalen Hurts has dueled and even outdueled Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Did he
He
win
threw
that
for
game?
he didn't, but I love the statistic you brought out. Out of all of his wins, he only threw for 100 and something yards. But in his loss in the Super Bowl, he threw for 300 and something yards with a rushing touchdown, a couple passing touchdowns. He played lights out that game.
So when he has to do it himself, he can't win. But when his team's balling, then he can win. That's what you're saying?
No, I mean, it takes one pass interference call.
Hmm.
We are one tug of the jersey away from being 2-time Super Bowl champions, soon to be 3.
Imagine
Agreed.
not already having three.
I don't think
when
the
was
Commanders
have you watched your team in the
don't
Super
have.
Bowl?
The Commanders have 3. Thank
No,
you.
Nope.
don't the Eagles have one?
The
Yeah,
Redskins have 3.
Commanders.
Fair point. Fair point.
yeah. Commanders have none.
I
And
like their football team.
That's a fair point.
did you watch those Super Bowls?
In spirit, I did. Yep.
I mean,
Oh,
they did beat the Bills, one Super Bowl.
Yeah,
You're
wait, actually,
absolutely
did
right.
you guys know that the Bills are 0-5 against NFC East teams in the Super Bowl?
0-4.
It's like
Or did they go to 5? Did they go? Have you been to 5? You just went to 4 straight?
No, I believe just 4.
Just 4.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it was. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
that's right.
it's like
I
Cowboys,
mean,
Redskins, Giants.
first
Yeah.
of all, the Cowboys were absolutely nasty. Norwalk, right?
Scott Norwood, baby.
Scott Norwood. I mean, he missed the field goal. You know what? We're in a new age. All right, it's called the Josh Allen age.
How many
Uh,
Super Bowls have you been to with Josh Allen?
0.
Okay. I was curious. I didn't know.
That
No.
would be a tough run for you, Eddie. You've lost 4 times to Pat Mahomes, and then you're 0-4. The Bills, the team are 0-4 against NFC East teams. So you'd have to really break
that's a good point.
some historic barriers.
Yeah, you gotta overcome some boundaries.
Yeah.
God,
You know,
Bills fans would be insufferable.
Yeah, it'd be terrible.
I would go to the parade.
Yeah, of course
Sure
you
you would.
I would expect you to.
Ryan, why is Dan Quinn not considered coach of the year?
I don't know. I was talking about this the other day. It feels like he should be the runaway coach of the year. I think as of right now, it's Dan Campbell, isn't it? It's either him or it's
Probably is.
Kevin
O'Connell.
O'Connell, yeah.
Yeah, okay. They both had really good seasons, but this team had 4 wins last year, and now we've won 12 regular season games. I feel like he should be the runaway, but I don't know. It's all right. Chip on our shoulder. We're just gonna go in underdog story again and slap Philly right quick.
Yeah, I think to that, Dan Quinn's usually a defensive focused coach.
Yeah.
You know, he was a DC, and as you said, you guys have one of the worst defenses in the NFL.
Oh, it's 18th. It's just middle of the road.
Yeah, that might be why. And then I think all the credit for Jaden Daniels more goes to Cliff Kingsbury, no?
That is true. In terms of offensive game planning, but Dan Quinn also doesn't even call defensive plays. So coach of the year is more just a reflection of how the team did this season versus what they did last year. And I feel like there's no team that's had a bigger improvement, obviously, than us.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Sirianni can kick rocks, so that's fine.
I'm not saying Sirianni is in there, but Kevin O'Connell definitely. What were the Vikings' record last year? Anyone know off the top of their head?
They had to have won double digits. No,
they were fine. I think they won they have the 8th pick, 9th pick to get JJ.
Oh
yeah,
wait,
they were up there. They were up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, his team
6
going,
wins, 7 wins.
Fighting for the number 1 seed, week 18. That definitely, I think he gets it.
I mean, there's also your rookie QB you just drafted is out for the year. Sam Darnold time. I mean,
by the way, that dude looks like a walking stick figure now. Seeing him on the sideline, JJ McCarthy just didn't even look like JJ McCarthy.
Yeah. I don't know what.
It will be interesting for next year. What do you think they do, Eddie? You think they sign Sam Darnold to like a Baker type deal, like a 3-year $100 million, let JJ develop, or do you think you get rid of him and run with JJ?
So I discussed this with Ryan Walshaw like 4 weeks from the playoffs, and I was like, you know what, they should sign Sam Darnold. But watching what he did in the postseason, watching what he did against Detroit, you got to go with the rookie. Even though he has a banged up knee, you drafted the guy. You got to roll him out there. You got to see what he can do. And by the way, he still has Justin Jefferson. He still has Kevin O'Connell. He has weapons. I I mean, Sam Darnold. I mean, yeah, he had a great year, but just 1 year. But I mean, you could franchise him and roll with him again. But I'm rolling with the rookie that I drafted.
That's fair. That's fair.
Is JJ McCarthy even like good?
But I don't
Oh,
know, but I feel like he could make anybody look good in his offense.
Probably. We got Jettis.
I mean,
He
he
had
did.
Josh Dobbs playing like a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, he had. People were talking about Sam Darnold for MVP for a
Yeah.
couple weeks there.
Just chuck it to Justin Jefferson. That's all you do.
Jett is down there somewhere.
so how you guys feeling this weekend? Nervous? Excited? Can't wait? Like, how are you guys feeling?
I'm excited, but I mean, I'm taking the same mentality I did the last 2 weeks. It's just we're happy to be here. I thought we were going to lose to Tampa. That didn't happen by, I mean, the miracle of the doink. And then I certainly thought we were getting steamrolled last week. So whatever happens, it's like, it was fun, but it would suck to lose to Philly, especially because I would have to deal with AJ and all of his reactions to that. Shane would be relatively nice about it, but AJ will make my life miserable. So that's the one part I'm not looking forward to if we lose this game, but I'm excited. I think it should be a good game and we have a decent shot.
You know what? I gotta say, I think this game's gonna be close. I really do. Like, people are gonna pay attention to the Chiefs Bills game, absolutely, as they should. But I think this game right here is gonna be really good, coming down to the wire. I really do.
Ed,
I
what do we
mean,
got for a weather report? We got some snow. We got some like what's it supposed to be like? If it's gonna
Supposed to
snow, I'm
be
worried.
supposed to be 40 and sunny, so no excuses.
No, nothing
Perfect
better.
football weather.
That's football weather right there.
yeah, it says low 25, high
That's
40.
fine.
Wind is
I mean, that's fine.
10 miles per hour, I guess. So it shouldn't
Oh,
be
so
too.
Jake Elliott's bound to miss one, maybe two, could be three.
He was. I mean,
That'd be 3 touchdowns though. That hit my
yeah. So I'm fine
Yeah,
with
you're
that.
right.
If he did what he did last week and drills every field goal, but misses an extra point, it is what it is.
Let's just
Three's
hope it
greater
comes
than
down to
one.
a game-winning kick and it's 51 yards. Then I'll be okay.
Yeah, I won't get that close. Don't worry about that.
All right.
But
All right.
I do think it's a divisional game. You know how divisional games go. You don't often see them in the conference championship, but third time seeing this team, we know what they do. They know what we do. So it's really going to come down to game plan and then execution. And I think if we run the ball efficiently and run some good play action pass off that, I think we should be fine.
McConnell, I think you guys got to convert some fourth downs. I mean, if you guys go like 1 for 5, it's gonna be a blowout.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of worried that that's bound to happen at some point because we've been rolling on fourth down all season. I mean, they're converting at like an 85+% clip, which is just completely unsustainable. So I am worried about that. It's going to come down to fourth down, and I think we've kind of shown all postseason if it's 4th and 5 or less, like we're just going for it no matter what. So we definitely need to convert, but this is probably the best defense that we've played so far in the playoffs. So it's definitely going to be more of a challenge. And I don't remember. Do you guys remember what we did on fourth down against you guys? I know we went a couple of times in that second game, but I don't remember how many times we converted. There was a one that Jaden converted on.
I think you got stuffed on like the first drive.
Yeah, I think you're right. So
Yeah, I remember him having a pretty good run one of the times, but I think majority of them we stuffed him down. I think until the end of the game when after Chauncey got kicked out, then you guys started picking up some steam.
that's right. When we went on our game-winning drive,
You got lucky.
left hand up, baby.
Yeah, hopefully we kick it into the back of the end zone on kickoffs after
Yeah,
we
that'd be
score.
great. Did we fix that? I haven't been
Yeah, we put Elliott as the kicker because he actually has the leg to get it back there. So
smart.
Elliott's
That's
doing
smart move.
kickoffs instead of our punter.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys start every possession at the 40-yard line again, I will be a little bit nervous.
Yeah, that was insane. I couldn't believe what we were watching. It was
Every
every
single time.
possession.
It was every single time.
And then a couple of them, we had penalties that bumped you up even for. I'm pretty sure on that
Yeah, I remember
last
that.
drive, we
I
had a
think you did,
penalty
yeah.
that bumped you up even farther. Yeah, so let's not do that and just play good defense.
Yeah, don't beat yourself.
But yeah, should be easy game, Eddie. Not too worried. How are you
Okay.
feeling? How are you feeling? Fifth
Me?
time against Pat Mahomes in the playoffs. You
Yeah.
think Josh gets it done this year?
I mean, look, I said that I was more nervous about playing the Ravens than I was playing the Chiefs. I mean, that's just how I feel. I just matchup wise, I just feel like we match up better with the Chiefs. But hopefully we get the ball less. Because I do think it's gonna come down to the wire. But I like our chances. Josh Allen 3-2 in Arrowhead, so I that's and the two losses were the
In the
playoff games, the
playoffs.
AFC Championship, and then obviously the divisional round. Technically, he won that game, but Sean McDermott and that defense did not help at all. Um, what do you guys think the results are? What is your predictions in that game?
I think it's going to be either a blowout, you guys blow out the Chiefs, or it's going to be a last drive, Pat Mahomes down the field to win the game.
Yeah, if it's close, can't feel good.
Thinking of
'Cause that's how
31-27.
they win the game. It's close and then they just win.
Yeah, I think you guys need to get a lead out to start. You guys get a 14-point lead. And you guys just got to run the ball, drain the clock, play Eagles football where we get a lead, and then we have a 10-minute drive that takes up the whole third quarter or something. You got to keep Pat Mahomes on the sideline. It's the only way to beat him.
And what do you think about the game?
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be down to the wire. Feeling like a 31-27. I can feel it in my bones though. It's going to come down to a penalty. Like it's just bound to. And I I don't know. It kind of feels like this is the year that the Bills do it. It kind of feels that way, but I just have this sneaky suspicion that it's going to be the same story like again. So I don't know. We'll see, but I'm feeling it's definitely going to be close. I don't think either team is going to blow the other one out of the water.
Yeah.
Wait, Eddie, I have a question for you.
Go for it.
All right, so we're in championship weekend. I mean, I've been, long time fan of the program here. I'm seeing that you're like a shark out there in terms of betting. So can we get some
True.
like this
Yeah,
weekend's
we're-
best bets? Like I need to
What are
know
you
what I'm
thinking?
tailing this weekend because I'm trying to make some Skrilla.
I think Josh Allen rushing touchdown. I think these type of games, easily. Obviously I got Bills money line. I got it at plus 115. Um, Kelsey to score. I think Kelsey just owns the Bills in the playoffs. I mean, I just have a feeling that he will score a touchdown. Um, but to be honest with you, the Eagles and Commanders game, I do not have a pick yet. I gotta still do some research. Um, I
Commanders
mean,
money line.
If it's 6.5, I'm taking the points.
with
A lot of
Eagles or
points.
Yeah, it is a lot of points, especially for a championship game and a division game.
It's a divisional
Seems a lot.
game. Yeah, like
Yeah. All right, so the Eddie Gallagher same game parlay is Josh Allen anytime touchdown, Travis Kelsey anytime touchdown, and Bills money line. You heard it here first. Get your bets in this
I
weekend.
just want to be in on that. That could smack.
I'm putting my mortgage on it.
dude, I am so bad with parlays, dude.
Just a
but you just
straight
gave
bet
us
king.
you gave us 3 locks, so
Yeah,
we
we
whether
could just
we
straight
take
bet
them.
them.
Yeah, but whether we take them straight, I believe in Eddie's lock. So
I do
whether
too.
it's straight or in a parlay, I'm just gonna go for the parlay.
Yep.
Why not? Well, it's more fun that way.
Check the odds on.
And you can lose the money faster, which is what
I
it's
mean,
all about.
I saw Josh Allen Russian or TD score like minus 111.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah.
Did he have a rushing touchdown last game?
Yeah.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, that's
Two.
right. So now it's literally every game.
You had no passing touchdowns, though. Are you worried about the passing game?
Um,
Because the Ravens historically this year haven't had the best secondary. They picked it up more towards the back half of the year, but nothing compared to what you're going to see with Chris Jones, McDuffie, in that Chiefs secondary.
yeah. It was basically Shakir. Amari Cooper had no like one target, but no receptions. Um, again, it's all about matchups, and Josh Allen normally doesn't play good against the Ravens. You know, but Matt Collins, I believe, will improve. And plus, it's all about the weather conditions. It's supposed to be uh pretty nice out, between 20 to 35 degrees in Kansas City. So you have to factor in that too. Um, but yeah, I don't, with Josh Allen, I don't have concerns with the passing game.
By the way, the Eddie G same game parlay plus 700 odds. So,
Ooh.
$100 to win 800. Just saying.
I like that.
Sounds like
I
free
like
money to
that.
me.
It does. I do like that.
Sneaky, but I don't
Hey,
know. Who do you
I'm
got?
always bad at parlay, so don't trust me. But divisional weekend, I did go 3-0, but I only had one void, was the Eagles game, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, they're just not good enough to cash bets. It's too bad. So I'd probably take the Commanders money line if I were you, but that's just me.
And put then $10 on that.
$10. Put 1,000 on it.
The mortgage. Put the mortgage.
Exactly. Eddie,
Did
I
you-
mean, you're up like 10 grand at this point. You just don't lose bets, so you might as well just invest the winnings.
Yeah, you're pretty sharp on the futures too.
The futures where I was like, yo, holy. Would you have Browns under wins?
Yeah, Raiders under.
What
I
made you
think
take Browns under? I mean, they were coming off a
Well,
a heater season.
Deshaun Watson was coming back. I mean, that's why I factored in. I didn't think he was
Fair
gonna
enough.
do well this season.
did you cash every single college football playoff game?
I actually think.
Besides the Texas versus who did they beat in overtime? Arizona State.
Arizona State.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I had Texas. They were crushing them, and then they just
Yeah,
fell.
yeah.
I also had Texas that game, but I think Eddie took Ohio State to cover every game, but they did just cover every game. So
Yeah. What was the spread yesterday? It was 6.5,
8.5.
7? It was 8.5. What was the final score? 11?
Yeah.
Won by 9 or 10.
Nine.
I mean,
That's what I thought. It was 9 or 11.
I got bailed out.
Yeah, no, they kicked a field goal at the end because they threw it to Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie, what did you take on that Texans Chiefs game? Because I know the line was at 9.5, and then that safety at the end of the game really messed up a lot of people.
I got it at 8.5.
Yeah, it was 8.5 for a majority of the week. It only flipped to 9.5 on Sunday
Ooh, early bird gets the worm.
or Saturday, whatever it was.
Yo, Ryan, I thought of so after the Bills beat the Ravens, I actually thought about you. I remember I posted, "I love you, Baltimore. Good morning, Baltimore."
Yes.
I was the last.
You can't meme a team to death that's already dead. The Ravens
That's
are
true.
already dead. You can't meme them.
Bro,
They
I was
donated to Mark Andrews Foundation. That's dirty work.
Damn.
I thought about you when I posted that.
Thanks, Eddie. Thanks.
Speaking
I-
about some Instagram posts, I did have one question. Week 18, Eddie, you had posted
Oh,
your
yeah.
rankings. What was that all about?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about the Eagles. I apologize.
Because that was
was
I
beyond the
that was a botch. That was a botch ranking. I apologize.
If we're talking pictures, could we talk about this?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
yeah, that's
whoa!
flag on the play. That's you can't do that. My camera's frozen. That
I've
doesn't
never
count.
seen that. I've never seen that in my life.
Uh-huh. Sure. Sure.
Hey, we're about to wrap up. Any last words?
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Left hand up.
Um,
Left hand up.
That's such a terrible
what?
like team chant.
yeah,
Left hand up.
he's just what AJ, you're setting him. Never mind. Is it?
Yeah, that's so terrible.
Yeah, go sing your stupid Fly Eagles Fly song, okay? Get out of here with that.
You'll be singing it after this game.
No.
Can we do another bet?
I already told you I'm not betting on this game. When you called me like 2 days ago, I said I'm not doing it.
Come on, I need an Eagles chant out of you if we win.
I'll consider it. It depends on what the final score is. You beat us by double digits, I'll do it.
Deal.
Okay.
Oh, I
I'll
already
agree to
know
that
my
one.
I already know my meme if we beat the Chiefs. But
It's gonna be something Taylor Swift related. I already know it is.
we'll find out.
No,
Yo,
I
did
know
you
exactly.
see-
It has to be. It has to be.
The Caitlin Clark and Taylor Swift's box last week.
Dude, that was,
Ox?
She was in her box.
hey, she is a sharpshooter.
She is.
All right,
That is-
fellas, thank you for coming on the show. Good luck to your teams this weekend. And good luck. And
Thanks for having us, Ed.
Yeah, thank
thanks,
you
Ed.
for having us.
It
It
was a
was a
pleasure.
pleasure.
and
Maybe
I
we'll see you in the
And,
Super Bowl, right?
hey, may name the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Jaden Daniels.
Go Birds.
Oh, left hand.
Go
up.
Birds.
Adios, boys.
See ya.